Around set's debutante of the year. The winsome beauty on the left is buxom Betty Hawkins, and her grand rival, the defender of the crown, June Byers. Sweet young things get their nails and coming-out gowns checked by Big Daddy, the referee, who sternly warns against the scratching of eyes and other such unladylike displays. Both contendants are graduates of exclusive finishing schools, so let's see who finishes whom. June must have uttered an unkind remark to Dame Hawkins, who is visibly upset. Oh, well, girls will be girls, but such violence. Oh, my aching solar plexus. Big Daddy's appalled, but, darling, I'm just clearing up Junie's headache. This is a sure cure. Your dentures are terrible, and your posture, too, so straighten up, honey. Looking like something out of a nightmare and kicking with the precision of a Lou Groza, the young Miss Hawkins is obviously bent on ruining this fashionable New England affair. What would her mother say? Wham! What's all this talk about the fair sex? Such violence hasn't been seen in Boston since the days of Bunker Hill. This mayhem mama just won't stop, and so far tonight has made the champ look like a chump. Oh, darling, I simply adore your Tony. Allow me to get a closer look. June's been complaining of a headache, and we can't guess why. Two Debs have turned this ball into a brawl, and the boys just love it. Betty wants Junie to get another view of that new shoe style, but Big Daddy rushes to the rescue. However, June knows that it's the women's prerogative to be unreasonable, and she is just that. A brave man indeed, this ref. The half-nude Big Daddy is portrayed as Fat Daddy, but with the courage of a lion, he continues his task. Ball continues to be bounced all over the canvas. Let's play a little ring around the rosy, dearie. Okay, says June, but let's ring you. Here she comes. Whoop, right in the kisser. I guess I had it coming. May I do that again? Just one more time. Just once more. Whoops. Had to be greedy, didn't she? But June, not Christy, but Byers, gets fisty, not misty, as she lands a fat one. Bang, bang, and the contest is over. Winner and still champion, Miss June Byers. The dignified Miss Hawkins praises Big Daddy on a job well done. He, being a gentleman, returns the compliment. Goodbye, June. Hope to see you again soon.
Nowhere but nowhere do you find better wrestling, more thrilling, provocative wrestling with greater names than in Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo. They trade drop kicks. Gagne, with a knee to the throat, climbs aboard. Moscato counts, and then Gagne is flipped out. Schmidt weighs 240. At least he lifts to 240, but most people think he goes about 265 or 270. Tremendous physical shape. The lone wolf, this Schmidt. One of the few wrestlers that I know who is as unfriendly outside the ring as he is inside it. Even the Miller brothers Unless you happen to rile them up, of course. Are sometimes, not always, but sometimes pleasant. This Schmidt never is. And in the ring, well, words cannot adequately do him justice. Schmidt finishing hold is a backbreaker, and if he gets a chance to apply it, he literally aims to break his opponent's back. Test of strength. And Gagne had to lose it, of course. Much smaller of the two is Verne Gagne. Old signals on that. Gagne to his feet once again. And Schmidt had the equalizer, a knee. You saw it. The slam. They'll go one fall, 30 minutes if they go all the way. Arm lock and roll, one of Gagne's favorites. Well, he chomped with those size 11s on Mr. Hans Schmidt's very tender ears. The crowd loved it. Hans Schmidt has all the earmarks of a beautiful headache. A thing like this only enrages the madman. And in all probability, Verne Gagne will pay a heavy penalty. Schmidt threatens to break him in half and heave him out, piece by piece. Gagne is winding up, and Schmidt breaks it off. And this, look at that Schmidt. He's got brutality written all over him. Boom. A Lake Nelson. And Mr. Schmidt is hung up pretty good. Now Gagne's got to be careful that Schmidt doesn't shoulder stand him into a pinfall. Gagne had the answer. Schmidt is outside the lower strand. Joe Moscato's going to have to break it up. And if you think he's kidding with those boots, look at that. Moscato and Schmidt. Schmidt is tough, but not that tough. And he walked right into it. Oh, boy. Over and out. Gagne applying that famous revolving arm twist. And Schmidt knew one way to break it. That was head for the tall timbers. He did. Boy, this ring has taken a tremendous beating tonight. I hope it can go the distance. Bruiser Alphas, of course, tried to splinter the ring steps into kindling wood and succeeded. Hans Schmidt was trying to tear it apart with his bare hands a moment ago. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he was able to do it too. Oh, boy. That is a blow to the ego. That's going to really frost Mr. Schmidt. Real lovable character.
Coming up next, Verne Gagne tries to wrap things up against Hans Schmidt.
They thought of Hans Schmidt. I doubt you'd get one printable answer. Watch out. Pulled him off and into a headlock. That's the first legitimate hold that Schmidt has applied all evening. Now, I'm not so sure how legitimate this is. Gagne reaching. Gatto said, did you use the hair? Schmidt said, no. I don't know what Joe expected him to answer. Gagne reverses. Now they're trading holds. Head scissors by Gagne. Got Schmidt in the horse collar. And it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Schmidt trying to snap out of it. But he's too thoroughly entrenched. Gagne with the flat of his hand to Mr. Schmidt's whiskers. Oh! The Schmidt's ears will ring for a week. And he'll have a headache for 2. Boy, oh boy. Referees hold. And it's nice to see that bit of legitimacy. See how long it lasts. No break. Gagne trying to reverse out of the headlock. Can't do it. Slides out, off the ropes. Here we go. Times Square and 42nd Street. Traffic jam and the inevitable crack-up. And we got a couple of gone goslings out there in the center of the ring. Now it's a question who's going to get up first. Schmidt is beginning to come to. Gagne is not. Yes, he is. He's beginning to stir a little bit. Schmidt rolls him over, climbs aboard. Joe Moscato. 2. Gagne heaves him off. Just in time. The Verne Gagne Fan Club, which is conventioning here in Buffalo, along with the fan clubs of some 150 other wrestlers, is very relieved that their hero, that its hero, was able to stave off what looked to be a sure pinfall. That Gagne was never noted as a punter in college, but he's booting the daylights out of Hans Schmidt. Gagne aboard, and he's throwing off. Right hand of the breadbasket. Elbow smash. Boy, look at that Schmidt. The slam. Backbreaker by Schmidt. Once again. 2. Schmidt couldn't hold him. Gagne survived the backbreaker, and he's one of the few. Can he survive it again? Head scissors by Gagne. Flying head scissors. And that saved it off again. And there they separate the men from the boys in the wrestling game. fellow like Gagne, in the throes of one of the most effective finishing holds of them all, the Hans Schmidt backbreaker, had enough presence of mind and endurance remaining that when he was lifted for the finisher, wrapped his legs around Schmidt and turned the backbreaker into a flying head scissors to his advantage. That's why Gagne is one of the most popular and highest paid stars in wrestling today. Gagne a little upset at referee Joe Moscato. I hope he does not get so upset that he hauls off, because that could cost him a disqualification. Oh, boy. Both men flying boxer stamps or forms of them. Gagne a little more according to Marcus of Kingsbury. And Hans Schmidt's left knee is bearing the brunt. Up and down. There's the bell. Gagne doesn't want to quit. They've gone all the way. I don't think they heard it. Moscato did. He's telling Gagne it's all over. It's all over. And Hans Schmidt will probably have to be carried out. No, he's going to make it up. There is Hans Schmidt in action. Into the turnbuckle. Here comes ring announcer Manny Weitz, and we'll have the official verdict in a moment. Verne Gagne is out of the ring on the far side. Boy, oh boy, he took it. And he is a groggy man. Schmidt really rammed him. Schmidt. Here comes Gagne back in. We may have trouble here. Here comes Gagne. Boom. And out goes Mr. Schmidt. And nobody made a move in defense of Hans Schmidt. Here comes Schmidt back in. Out the other side. How do you like them apples? Schmidt has got a weapon of some sort. Verne Gagne waiting for him. Now the police are over there, and Hans Schmidt is leaving the ring before the verdict is announced. Before we get a decision, the police have asked Mr. Schmidt to leave. And it's probably a good thing that fast and prompt action on the part of the efficient private police here, they have prevented a dandy of a riot. Gagne, one vote. One draw. A draw. All right, it's split, but it's a split draw decision. Verne Gagne got a vote. Two officials voted a draw, so that's it officially. Hans Schmidt, Verne Gagne, 30 minutes to a draw.